Dear fellow lab professionals, once again, my name is Ngattu Johnnie, a fellow lab scientist, and we've been discussing about how together in our oneness we can be able to lobby as a bloc for better policies. At this point, we want to discuss a few things about health insurance, but we also want to discuss about the group personal accident or the workman's compensation policy. Then we shall also conclude with other insurance policies which we can benefit from as the medical lab professionals. I'm honored to have my colleague Innocent. You're most welcome. And Innocent is an established insurance advisor. He's going to discuss more about himself, but he's here to help us understand how in our oneness, in our many numbers, we can benefit from these insurance policies. You're welcome, Innocent.
Thank you, Ngati. As Ngati has said, my name is Innocent. The other name is Banyanzachi. I've been in insurance for quite a good number of years, so I'm in a position to guide you about the products. The products we're going to talk about: group personal accident, medical insurance, and the other policies. Let me start with group personal accident. Group personal accident, it is workman's compensation which is enhanced. It covers accidental death, bodily injuries, illnesses, or disease to workers or employees arising out of and in the course of both employment and leisure. When it comes to group personal accident, we have different extensions. We look at riots, strikes, civil commotion, disfigurement, disappearance, starvation, motorcycling, among others. When it comes to this policy, we look at medical. When you are injured, the insurance companies will always give you medical, but to a certain limit. Then they also give you artificial appliances when you get injuries. And the cover, it is limited to at least 80 years of age. Now, the benefits about this policy, we look at death. And under death, you are paid, or your family is paid to the 6-month earnings in the case of death and in the case of total disablement. Now, under that, we also look at partial total disablement, which is 60-month earnings plus 25% of sum insured if the claimant requires 24-hour support of another person. Then we also look at permanent partial disablement. We have the continental scale, which we base on. Then we also look at temporary total disablement. We pay the actual weekly earnings up to 96 months. Then we also look at temporary partial disablement, 50% of the actual weekly earnings. Then we also look at funeral expenses. If someone dies, the insurance company contributes towards the funeral expenses. Then we also look at the transport and the other incidentals in case there is a need to transport the person who is injured, or in case there is a need to transport the deceased. So basically, that's what we look at when we talk of group personal accident or workman's compensation. However, when you are claiming, there are some things we look at which we don't include in the policy, which we don't cover. We don't cover wars and other perils which are related to wars. We don't cover suicide and intentional self-injuries. We don't cover childbirth, pregnancy. Then we also don't cover racing of any kind involving use of any power driven, like vehicles, vessels, and aircraft. There are many exclusions, but those are the major ones we could look at. Now, how do we determine the amount of money to pay in order for you to take up this policy? We look at the earnings you get in the 5 years If say you are earning 500,000, we multiply the salary you earn by the 60 months earnings. Then that money we apply a rate which starts from 0.275. Then we add a few taxes, and you get your policy within 12 months, and you are able to move.
Before we continue, what are the member rights? For example, as an association, the Uganda Medical Lab Technology Association, we are over 30,000. But assuming that we are about 600 who initially pay up, and we look at maybe at an average of say 350,000 or 450,000, what benefits can we get? Or what are the key things we need to know that will be covered under the group person accidents policy?
Actually, those benefits, I've already mentioned some of them. We've talked about the artificial appliances, we've talked about the funeral expenses are covered, we've talked about medical expenses, the insurance company will contribute, we've talked about, in the case of death, we've talked about the benefits we give the family of the deceased. If someone dies, we give 60 months earnings, meaning if I'm earning 1 million, the family will be given around 60 million, plus these other benefits in addition. Maybe which we need to look at, if someone wants to contribute like an association as you are, you're assuming you're around 600 people.
Or even more.
Even more.
We could be more.
Yeah, and you say we are using an average earning of 400,000. Each person can contribute around 80,000 per year.
80,000
shillings per year.
To get insured.
To get insured.
To that level.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah. So colleagues, this is what group person accidents, this is what workman's compensation as an insurance policy is. I want to request that Innocent, you allow us to continue to more policies. Thank you.